Hello and welcome to Sonichu. This is episode 21, part 2. I don't remember what Chris was doing. I don't remember. He was doing something. He was fighting 4chan. Was that it? He was going to fight Relniak, Natsir, someone. He was going to save the gays, kill the gay. Was he going to end the gay virus? Is that what was going on? I think that was what was going on. All right, now for part 2 of this chore. Lightning bomb. There's a lightning bomb. Chaotic control. And then he teleports to a pizza place from a blank room, and then he ends up at the tripod. The tripod. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's supposed to be in real life. Someone will eventually tell me in the comment section, but I don't care. Reflectome. Snap. Boom. Well, tripod was weak in security, and it lacked the support for flash media anyway. Moving on. What does that even mean? What does it even mean? Is porn written in the background? Is the word porn written in the background? No. I think those are Japanese characters. It looks like the word porn. If you crane your neck a little bit and squint your eyes, you'll see absolutely nothing because it's little tiny black letters written on a very, very white background. It could have made them a little bit more bold, Chris. But yeah, I think those are supposed to be Japanese or Chinese characters. Probably Japanese since the weebishness runs very thick in this comic. I don't think that means anything. That sentence actually doesn't mean anything. Next page.
After burning the tripod bridge, I still had other chores to do before meeting the others in Tennessee. Firstly, I had to meet a gal pal to get help on setting up the new Sonichu site that is to be the CWCpedia. I stopped by the Seaville Barnes & Noble and met lovely weather of today. Our fated first date was set. I also had further secured my bank and online accounts with password changes and ID theft protection. Plus, I had checked in with the CWCville Board of Directors to inform them of the game plan. Now it is time I took out the garbage.
I've been playing a lot of Deus Ex Human Revolution lately to prepare myself for the new video game coming out that might or might not be shit. So Adam Jensen's voice is just playing in my head. I know that was a shitty Adam Jensen, but that was my generic gravelly man voice. Doesn't fit well with Chris, does it? Would you like to have dinner with me, lovely weather? Oh, sorry. Would you like to have dinner with me later? You are a funny man, Chris. Smiley face. Ha, ha, ha. I am not a robot. And then Chris opens the door to a bunch of tiny little men. That reminds me of those tiny little men remind me of the Mr. Men. Does anybody else remember the Mr. Men? They were like Mr. Sad, Mr. Angry, Mr. Happy, Mr. Crippling Depression. That's my favorite one. Next page. Oh man, it's Chris on a high-def TV. CWC favors Blu-ray discs for high-def quality. Is that the villain's lair? Why does the villain have that in his lair? Is that like an Xbox 360 down there in the left corner? I assume that's what it is. I'm guessing this is Chris vilifying the Xbox. Once again, the Xbox 360 was a competent console. And in the last console wars, it beat the PS3 for some reason. And now the PS4 is winning the console wars for some reason. Mr. Chandler is dashing right into my trap. Beal, prepare for Grand Theft Metal. Does anybody else remember Grand Theft Auto? Grand Theft Auto was a video game that released about around 2006, 2007. Grand Theft Auto 4 with Nico Bellic. I remember my favorite line from that video game. It was, "Hey cousin, want to go bowling?" And it was a good time. I remember many jokes were had about Nico's incompetent cousin Roman. Had a lot. Speaking of Roman, speaking of commentary channels, is that Pyrocynical in the background of the TV? Is that a villain? Is Pyrocynical in this fucking webcomic? I'm gonna have to talk to him. I'm gonna have to call him up on my cell phone, my YouTuber cell phone. I'm gonna have to press the button and say, "Hey, dude, are you a villain in Sonichu?" I don't think that's it. I think that's just a nondescript red dude, red animal dude, probably red Sonichu. That's not Asian Knuckles. Anyway, let's get on to the last block of text here. Do not buy or illegally download illegal copies of Little Big Planet on Wii or Xbox 360. It is punishable by law. It's literally impossible. You can't fucking play a Blu-ray disc on a Wii or an Xbox 360. It's not fucking possible. The hardware isn't there. You can't do that. That's just not a thing you do. I also hit my mic. I'm sorry if that hurt. I'm gonna kiss my mic here. I gotta kiss it. I gotta make it feel better. Little Big Planet is coming exclusively for PlayStation 3. Reserve or buy your copy of the official game disc. God, it feels like I'm at my fucking retail job. Pre-order today. Pre-order today. Pre-order today. Are you sure? Do you want to pick up Song of the Deep? And if you don't have a PS3, buy one. The first official Sonichu level from Christian Weston Chandler is fully published on the Little Big Planet network now. Enjoy playing it. Thank you, Sony. Fucking happy face. I have a question for you, Sony. This is completely unrelated to Sonichu. Completely. I'm just gonna talk to Sony for a minute here. When am I gonna be able to have a custom wallpaper on my PS3? Sorry, PS4. I can do that on my PS3. Why can't I do it on my PS4? Have you added it and I just haven't turned on my PS4 because there's no games for it? Is that just it? Is that why there's no custom backgrounds? Is because there's no games for your console? And when there's games for your console, will there be custom backgrounds? Because I'd sure as hell love to do that. I'd like to have some weird fucking shit up on my fucking PS4 like I did with my PS3. But I'm assuming it's not going to happen because money. Next page. Chris is walking around town. Also, there's some Tetris shit going down. I don't know what that means. Good. All I need now is my Autobot, Sonichu with my PS3 and guitar, and I'll be ready to rock that house down. I don't think the physics work that way. I don't think you could literally use some vibrations from a Guitar Hero controller to knock down a fucking physical building. I don't think that's physically possible. I don't think that's feasible, Chris. I don't think you know the laws of physics very well. I mean, your comic is a cartoon, so I'll give you that. The laws of physics are not like the laws of physics in real life in cartoons. Also, there's a cage. Next page. I assume that's how Chris Sonichu is screaming. Whoa, blood rushed into my head for a little sec. Whoa. Almost fainted while recording. That's a good time. Anyway, Chris has some varicose veins telekinetically floating around his head. That's pretty neat. I didn't know you could have vein telekinesis. That's really interesting. Shoot, I become the victim of a hack program. Jason is his name, not Kevin or Keith. Keith is a funnier name anyway. Why not name him Keith? I could understand if a villainous dude in a cloak was named Keith, but Jason, that doesn't really work. You can't really name someone Jason and have it be like a villain. Jason's not a villain name. I say that while there is a serial killer named Jason, he's not really a horror movie villain man named Jason. Why would his name be Jason's such a fucking stupid name? Why not Clark? Why not the villainous man named Clark? He'll come at you with 2 machetes instead of 1. He's more badass than Jason. He gets 2 machetes instead of 1. His mom gave him 2 machetes. That Jason and his trolls really grind my gears. Anybody else like Family Man? Next page. What the? Dang it. He got turned back into a human. In that 4th panel, it looks like he has a pregnant belly button. You know what pregnant belly buttons are like? They pop out when women get pregnant. That's kind of what it looks like a hernia. More akin to a hernia than a pregnant belly button. That's kind of a weird thought process to go through, Brendan. That's kind of weird. Next page. Oh, he stole his medallion. Who stole his medallion? Literally, Satan. Satan stole his medallion. Satan's right there. I have the power. Do-do-do. And then he doesn't have the power anymore. What's this? What's wrong? What's this? What's wrong with this thing? I'm stupid. I feel nothing. And then there's a magical fucking ring of power. He's like Marmaduke, that Marvel villain. Marmaduke, what is his goddamn name? Marmaduke, Dormammu, Mystic Man, Mandarin, not Marmaduke. I'm a fucking idiot. Whatever. He's the fucking Mandarin, dude. He's got magical fucking powers. It's Christian. He can do whatever he wants. He's a goddamn fucking wizard. And he's God. He's basically God. He can do whatever. He can have whatever. It's convenience. It's plot convenience. Next page. My ring. My high school. It's just Chris's real hand with his high school ring. I do want to say something about high school rings. I promise I'll keep it a little bit shorter than my usual 10-minute rants. But high school rings are a fucking joke. I didn't get one because I thought they were a scam just to make the high school more money, because they're just cheap metal rings with cheap stones in them. You pay like $200, $300 for, and it's like, oh, Brendan, but it's a memory from high school. Well, fuck that. Who needs that? I don't want any memories from high school. Who had good memories in high school? I did, albeit I did have good memories in high school, but I want to forget all about high school. I want to forget all about high school. Like 99% of adults, I don't want to think about high school ever again. And why would I want a high school ring and wear that? And that reminds me of that. You know, you don't see a lot of people walking around wearing high school rings because not a lot of people want to remember that they peaked in high school. That's right. I went there. Not everyone who owns a high school ring obviously peaked in high school, but I don't see a lot of people walking around with high school rings when that's kind of a commonplace thing. Like my school had a brochure that they sent out and it's like, oh, order your high school ring today. And a bunch of kids ordered it and they got it and they wore it for maybe a day and then never wore it again. Never again. I have fangs for my eye teeth. What? What? Really? What? Where did that come from after the ring? What? One of my friends in high school, speaking of high school and fangs, one of my friends had one of those fucking, those goddamn stupid things you get at Hot Topic or other, like online, that were like capped teeth. Like you put them on your teeth and your teeth look like vampire teeth. Those are stupid. Do people still do that? Do people still walk around like that? Because they're kind of dumb. Like, I understand it if you're going for the whole goth mechanic steampunk thing outfit style, and a couple people can really pull it off, but they're just kind of dumb and uncomfortable. Wouldn't they be uncomfortable? Like, I have kind of sensitive teeth, so I'd never want that. Anyway, back to Sonichu, am I right? You can put me down, you can snag my metal, but you can never take or destroy my heart, my soul, or my powers. Ha! And then he immediately uses his magic class ring to get it back. Ow, where'd it go? Ha! Now I have fangs. That makes me 100% more cute on the anime scale. 100% more cute on the anime scale from negative 12 billion isn't a lot, though. It's not a lot. It's honestly just he's still there in the negatives. I teleported the original metal into the well-trusted hands of my true sweetheart, Blanca. Blanca from Street Fighter? It's time for you to pay the price. Electric hedgehog power. Can he like use the hedgehog power without? I thought he needed the medallion for that, or can he just turn into an electric hedgehog? I honestly thought he needed the medallion for that, or is it just going to pop back up when he turns? Is that what's going to happen? Because the medallion turns into like his chest fur, his white chest fur, right? Right, that's how that works. Next page. Christian Sonichu, oh cunt, hyper beam, and then he blows the shit out of him with a nice, well-placed, well-timed, plot-convenient hyper beam that he knows. Over the whole like span of this comic, hasn't Chris already learned more than 4 moves? Pokemon are only opposed to learn 4 moves. That's how the Pokemon games work. Are all the people like Pokemon in this just for the like convenience sake, just so they can use magical moves without like explaining it? Is that why they're Pokemon? Just for that reason alone? Is Satan a Pokemon? Can I catch Satan in Pokemon Sun and Moon? Is there a Pokemon Hell coming out? Next page. This page gives me a headache, so I'm not going to read it very enthusiastically. And now for something completely different. Dinsdale. Reef. Hey, you truly deserve that, you thieving imposter. Jimmy Hill is an imposter and a thief. Do not buy his false merchandise. Jimmy! Was there a man named Jimmy Hill who like sold Sonichu merchandise? I don't fucking know. I don't care about Sonichu. Like, I don't care about Chris history. I do not care. I legitimately don't care. I pretty much only care about Sonichu because it's just a glorious mess. I love it. I love it in like a almost ironic way, just because it's so sincere in how trashy it is. It's hard to find stuff that's just sincerely awful, and it's endearing. It really is. Next page. 5 minutes later at 2:20 p.m. Meditate. Timber, and then he is hitting someone over the head with a fucking 2x4, a Pokemon move. Because if so, get me right the fuck back into Pokemon. Let me see. Reldniak, I was expecting you to show up. It is time I make a stand for the righteous and kick your all. I'm going to go all. Kick your all in our final battle. Now comes the winter of your kind and your evil. Am I watching Captain America Winter Soldier right now? Am I going to leave the movie theater like completely satisfied that it was a superhero movie, but kind of feeling a little bit hollow because it wasn't really that memorable? I remember that Samuel L. Jackson was in it. They were in a car at one point. They shot some dudes. Captain America was there, and stuff happened. And I enjoy superhero movies. All I want from superhero movies is to have fun while I'm in the theater. But after the theater, I was kind of just like, yeah, okay, that was pretty fun. That was a pretty good movie. I like Bucky. He had a metal arm. The only one who will see the winter is you, Christopher. I will make you join my dark side and way of life. Heh. Yeah, I'm definitely watching Captain America Winter Soldier here. That's some pretty good shit. That's some great shit right there. I love that shit. I just want to eat it the fuck up. I want to put that shit into a fucking bowl. I want to get a goddamn spoon and I want to shovel it into my mouth. Fucking spoonful by spoonful. That's some good shit. 100, 100, 100, 100. Next page. I sincerely apologize for the joke that I made on last page. It was really stupid, and I regret all of it. Hey, here's a fight scene, by the way. It looks like this fight scene wasn't drawn by Chris. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it looks like this fight scene was not drawn by Chris. It's not good, but it's not really bad either. So if this is drawn by Chris, props to him, but I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. It looks like a lot of the stuff looks almost traced, like some of the poses, like the Sonichu pose in the second quote-unquote panel, and then the Sonichu pose at the bottom left corner with Reldnak's pose. It's not awful, but it's not good either. It's kind of, I'm very neutral about this page. Aurasphere, Hyperbeam, next page. And then they both kick the shit out of each other. Then they both get up. I would have waited an eternity for this. Your life is mine, Prime Chan. He's the Prime Chandler. That's what we've learned from this. Alrighty, that's the end of Sonichu for today. If I read any more, I would just want to stab my eyes with an ice pick. That's just inevitably what I'm going to be doing, is stabbing both of my eyes with an ice pick, and then stabbing my vocal cords so I can never speak again. Then they're going to put me in a special home for special people. Alrighty, bye. Thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos. There are also the things. And if you want to watch more Sonichu, click in the top right-hand corner. If you want to watch a video that has nothing to do with my channel whatsoever, click in the bottom left-hand corner. If you want to buy shirts and shit, that's up in the top left-hand corner. And I also have a Patreon because I'm human waste, and that's in the bottom right-hand corner. Right? That's how words work? Anyway, I'm going to go. Like I said, I have some things to do with an ice pick. It was going to be a fun time. Bye. Double bye, because I said bye earlier and I'm saying bye again.